So, what are you doing? What are you watching here?
Nothing.
You watching some sort of fancy new porn?
At this point, I really wish it was.
This isn't porn. What is this stuff?
Crap I was thinking about responding to.
Oh, it's one of these videos. Well, let's have some fun and tear it a new one.
I am so glad it didn't take much to get you on board.
You know that shit is racist.
You are of course quite right. This has been proven to be the case most recently at a protest where a speaker told white people to stand at the back. It has also been proven to be true with events excluding people because of their race.
You know what? No! No, I can't take this anymore!
I'm pretty sure this falls into the category of reductio ad absurdum. This is certainly not how I react when I see something I don't agree with. I take my time, I look into it, and then come to an informed decision as to why I don't like it. Would you like to contribute anything to this, Llama?
Yeah, you go show them.
You are not helping.
I can't believe this. Son of a bitch.
Ho 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 ho. Bringing out the big language, are we? Well, this is going to be great.
I am sick and tired of hearing about Black Lives Matter. It should be all lives matter.
I think I see where this complaint is going, and I'd rather nip it in the bud now. No one is saying it should be all lives matter. We are saying that the very idea of Black Lives Matter and what it stands for is no longer valid, and the arguments used to defend it are invalid. And if given a choice, we would much rather say all lives matter because the value of life should account for everyone, and not one group that keeps complaining about being marginalized and not properly dealing with it without resorting to destructive tactics.
The BLM movement is just stroking the flames of racism.
Preaching to the choir, bro.
Yeah, you got a point there, actually. The argument the man makes in the video is actually an argument I would use.
Jeff? What? What are you doing? I'm making a Facebook post.
People still use Facebook? Now I know this is a load of crap. No one can use Facebook and post opposing views about things like Black Lives Matter without it being censored, erased, and you being banned off Facebook for a while.
Okay, I want you to stop. I want you to think about this. But thinking is exactly what I don't want to do.
Nah, because when we think about it, we just come up with even more reasons for why Black Lives Matter is stupid as fuck. Like, if we actually used our brain, you guys wouldn't be able to handle the kind of shit we can spout at you.
Based on a few Twitter interactions with people who support BLM, I have to agree.
You just need to take a moment and relax. But I'm angry now!
Maybe he's right, dude. Maybe instead of, writing it down, maybe we should make a video about it. Because people love seeing people get angry on video.
This isn't on the news, really, right? I mean, she's not serious, right?
This is happening, that women, do feel the cold more than men, and that the AC in offices is normally regulated more than men.
Jeff, if you make that post, you're gonna look like an idiot.
Dude, do I hear you try to restrict his freedom of speech?
I agree here with Llama. If the guy wants to make himself look like an idiot on Facebook by posting a comment that's going to make him look like one hell of a fool, you should let him. I need the lols. And a reason to go back onto Facebook, because let's face it, who the fuck uses it?
Somebody has to speak the truth. If you say that Black lives matter, you're saying that white lives don't matter, Hispanic lives don't matter, Native American lives don't matter.
I can safely say that I have never once said any of those, but I have said on multiple occasions that no lives matter, and you should all vote Cthulhu for president.
Other lives don't matter, llama lives don't matter. I don't think you understand that when we say all lives matter, we do mean that Black lives matter too. And I do care about black people. But the Black Lives Matter tag has been poisoned so much by Black Lives Matter people that argue for something that doesn't exist. Like the racism in UK, where everyone's so fucking afraid of being racist that black people get away from crimes just because the cops are afraid of being labeled racist. Now get back to the Facebook post.
Jeff, the BLM movement is not exclusionary, okay? It's merely focusing on the violence experienced by blacks from the police and the societal indifference about that injustice.
Okay, So then there should be a White Lives Matter, because more white people die at the hands of police than black people. You could of course now equate it by population. You could even try and use a syllogism to explain how all lives matter is the same as Black Lives Matter. You're not going to get it right. You're going to look like a moron. Now to the part about BLM being non-exclusionary, I'm going to allow Sceptic Llama to explain how it is.
BLM is not exclusionary. So let's see. Where under Black Lives Matter do white Caucasian people exist? Where under Black Lives Matter do Chinese people exist?
Oh, but don't you know, they're not marginalized. See, in the warped mind of someone who actively supports Black Lives Matter, it only appears to be a problem in America or the United Kingdom, where black people are the most oppressed. They forget the rest of the world exists, and there are different classes in every country. Some will deny that, but they exist.
Don't confuse me! You're making me feel stupid, and I'm not stupid!
Yeah, bro. We're not stupid. We're fucking smart as fuck. I can down a bear in 2 seconds. I'm the smartest fucking guy at school.
2 seconds? Not bad. Someone's using a straw though, I bet.
I know how I want the world to work. I mean, I know how the world works.
Yeah, let me explain it to him. So, we have a patriarchy that gives us money for being men, and we use that money to buy computers so we can sit on the computers and comment on Black Lives Matter posts that they should rather say all lives matter. That's how the world works, and that's how it should be working, because that's what we need.
You're saying that all white people are racist. No, I'm not. White people have problems too. You know, a friend of mine had a friend that was shot by police and he was white.
Now I'm very interested to see how you play out this character, to try and play the oppression Olympics or the intersectional athletics, to try and work out which person is more oppressed, a white man who's been shot or a black man that's been shot. Now I bet it will eventually come down to the number of people in that country that are white or that number of people that are black in that country. They've been marginalized and oppressed. Yes, they have been, but they are not anymore.
That evidence is anecdotal.
Anecdotal, you say?
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that either.
All of your evidence isn't anecdotal, is it? No? So that one guy over there got shot by a police. That guy got shot by a police. Have you even looked into the cases?
Well, how do you expect me to make an argument for all lives matter unless I use my anecdotal evidence? Go online, do some actual research, find some real statistics.
Oh, I'm going to enjoy this. Let's use some actual evidence from the FBI themselves, on police shootings, on homicide. Let's have a look at it and determine who's really getting hurt the most. That is a very high percentage of black on black crime, because Black Lives Matter to black people. Notice how the white offender murdering black or African Americans is significantly lower. We should have a race problem, but it's within its own race. Now, on this same website, the FBI stats, and they have all the other crimes listed. Considering the population of black Americans, it is surprising how close their numbers on the crimes committed are to that of white people. There are some that white people just dominate, but they are quite close on quite a lot of the crimes committed. Congratulations. Hey Llama, do you have any suitable websites that this guy should go to get his evidence?
Let's go check out this great site. It's, let's see here, www.kkk.com. They have some really good stuff. What?
Here's a good site, glennbeck.com. No, Jeff, abort, abort! It says that more white people get shot by police than black people.
Yeah, see? There we go. Evidence that more white people get shot than black people. What you gonna do now?
A sneaky part of me thinks he's going to discredit Glenn Beck, which is fine. I don't mind that in the slightest. In this current climate, Alex Jones is starting to look more sane when compared to the Young Turks. So we look at the numbers of people who were killed by police in the US by ethnic background in 2015, because this is obviously currently and ongoing. 494 white, 258 black. Now what this guy will probably do is do it proportionately, per million, which would put black at 7.13 to white 2.91, balancing the race poorly and wrongly. Wrongly? Yeah, wrongly. Because they're doing it at pigeonholing an entire race, diminishing the fact that person died, purely because of the tone of their skin.
White population is 5 times greater than the black population.
Omegon, you have something about black crime rates, don't you? Maybe this is the point where you slap it on the screen and then people can just read their eyes out. Wait, can people actually read their eyes out? Let me Google that.
Of course, Sceptic Llama. And as earlier I showed the homicide rates, now I'm going to show you crime rates. And allow me to save you a Google search. You can't read your eyes out. You really are special.
attention. Look, it's my statistic. Don't use it against me. Now I'm just gonna tag all of my black friends to this post. Oh my god. So my black friends are...
Do you, the video maker, really believe those that would rather stand by All Lives Matter instead of Black Lives Matter would do this? Would think, I'm going to rage and then only tag my black friends because only my black friends can understand this? If I was ever going to write something like that and post it, not on Facebook though, because Facebook is trash, I would tag anyone I believe to have enough of a rational mind to understand my argument. You are painting people with a brush. Poorly.
Brad, yes, and, Carl, and, Denise, I know that one. Oh, wait, is she black? Let me see what kind of music she likes.
Let's see, it says reggae, samba, salsa, African chanting. Yeah, I think she's black, dude.
Oh, you racist son of a bitch. I thought I had more black friends.
No, dude, it's like 1/6 of your friends list.
At this point, I'm not convinced either character has any friends. To me, Facebook is very much like MySpace, in that it can say you have hundreds of friends, but let's face it, you're not going to meet up with many of them.
That's pretty normal to me.
You don't, Jeff, because you live in a white bubble and you don't know the black experience.
Yeah, the black experience of, growing up in a city. Nobody's actually judging you based on your color. You have the opportunities of doing anything a white man can. You have a black president. You have black people working every single part of the political construct. It's so hard growing up as a black person right now.
When he said black experience, I felt like he was trying to make it seem like every individual black person experiences their own blackness in its own unique way. What a load of crap. There are societal differences, cultural differences, but otherwise, we live in an equal society. There are aspects of it that are still a little behind the times. That is not systemic racism, not systemic oppression, and I really wish you idiots could get this through your thick skulls.
Hey, I saw 12 Years a Slave. I get it. And what did you conclude from that? That slavery was bad, but it's over now, so black people are fine.
There is a form of slavery that still exists. We call it modern slavery. Interesting to note, it was not the West that started slavery, but it was the West that ended it. Thought you should know this.
Oh my god, how could I not get this? I mean, what is wrong with me? Jeff, tell myself what's going on.
Nothing's wrong with you just have a different opinion.
I was told when I was growing up that if I worked hard I would succeed, but I haven't.
I'm going to go ahead and assume now you're trying to imply those that support All Lives Matter are deadbeats who haven't accomplished anything with their lives. Perhaps they live in a basement at their mother's.
Did you really work hard enough though? Like, if you work hard enough, you can reach anything. I'm not even joking. Like, if you work hard enough and you're good at something, you can become almost whatever you want. Kind of hard to become the president of the United States. I mean, you gotta be really good at what you do to get there.
Unless you're Obama. Let's face it, guy had fuck all experience in any level of any office. And let's face it, most of his support came from Jay-Z, the Black Illuminati leader.
Didn't I read Death of a Salesman in high school? I should be prepared for this. Look, I need someone to blame, and I blame black people.
Yep.
The only one you can blame for your own incompetence is yourself. That goes for us, that goes for black people, that goes for Chinese, that even fucking goes for people working for Cthulhu.
Agreed. I may have high standards, but you should have your own that are higher than my own just to really satisfy me.
I mean, Black Lives Matter. I don't have a problem with Brad and Carl. Can we just at least post about something else on Facebook, because I would like to go to Brad's Super Bowl party this year.
I'm always of the position that I don't have a problem with someone based on their race. I have a problem with them because of what they believe or what they do, their actions. If they try to force things onto other people against their will or via manipulation, these are things I can't stand. I do not use race as a measure to someone's ability to do these things. Black Lives Matter, the movement, is becoming very close to being some form of domesticated terrorist group. It is a bullying, it is a violent, it is a vicious group that segregates, that attacks based on race, that refuses to take responsibility for its actions and accept when it is wrong.
Oh, that's right. He's got that great chili dip. Yeah. How about if I blame it on gay marriage? No, Jeff. Muslims? No. Illegal immigrants? Can we not focus on a people or ethnic group?
Could you perhaps go an entire video without portraying white people as intolerant, bigoted racists?
Maybe we should post about kittens instead.
That is a fantastic idea.
Yeah, that offends no one.
I got it! The moon landing was faked!
Yeah, I guess that works too.
Ooh, a conspiracy theory. Harmless, a little kooky, but most of your friends will think it's funny rather than be offended by it. Okay, Jeff, you can write that the moon landing was faked.
So rather than address legitimate concerns or voicing a legitimate concern, one must go with the conspiracy because it is the safest option and not at all going to trigger someone somewhere around the world.
Great! The moon landing was faked as part of a Jewish conspiracy theory, and this is why your wife left.
I figured I'd leave that in so I'd have a chance to segue to a news article and finish with some final words from Sceptic Llama himself, who I am very grateful for his help with this video.
Have we forgotten that the whole thing that started this so-called Black Lives Matter movement, Ferguson, was built on a lie? Michael Brown did not have his hands up. The forensic evidence and the eyewitnesses, many of whom were black, said that he did not say don't shoot. And it sparked all kinds of protests all around the country. And as a result, police have become more and more passive. And we've seen crime go up in New York, crime go up in Baltimore, crime go up in Philadelphia. If the Black Lives Matter people are really concerned, they ought to say something about the fact that last year, 6,000 blacks shot other blacks. And far and away, the number one cause of preventable death for young black men is homicide as opposed to car accidents among whites. The whole thing is absolutely absurd. Why don't they come down to Compton or South Central, where I grew up, and confront the Bloods and the Crips and MS-13, get in their faces and chant Black Lives Matter. Maybe that'll have some sort of effect. This thing, again, as I said, is just mass hysteria, and it's indoctrinating young kids, teaching them that black people are victims, and by the way, you as white people ought to feel really, really guilty about it. Never mind the election and re-election of a black president. As far as they're concerned, nothing's happened in the last 50 years. This is not your grandfather's America, but that's not what they're teaching young kids.
Hello guys, if you like this content, you could always come over to my channel where I do a lot of these bullshit videos. More or less the same sarcasm all the way. So yeah, you're very welcome to come over here and have some fun with me.